Welcome back to EtherLink AI Insights, the podcast where we explore the intersection of technology, strategy, and human transformation. I'm Alex, and I'm joined today by Sam. We've got something really unique to discuss, something that honestly sounds like it came straight out of a sci-fi novel, but it's very real. Sam, have you heard about this AI Vision Quest happening in Finland?
I have, and when I first read about it, I thought someone was pulling my leg. But the more I dug into it, the more it makes perfect sense. We're talking about AetherTravel's AI MindQuest, a 7-day immersive retreat in Finnish Lapland, where executives literally go into the wilderness to learn AI strategy and governance. It's not your typical corporate offsite with PowerPoint and sad desk salads.
Exactly. And here's what caught my attention. According to McKinsey's 2024 report, only 24% of C-level executives actually feel confident about their organization's AI strategy. That's a massive leadership gap. So instead of the traditional conference room approach, AetherTravel is flipping the script entirely. Why do you think nature-based learning is suddenly becoming the answer to AI leadership challenges?
Because traditional models are fundamentally broken for this problem. Think about it. You're asking executives to absorb complex technical knowledge about AI systems, EU AI Act compliance, risk classification frameworks, all while their brains are in boardroom mode. Research from the University of Michigan shows that time in natural environments restores attention capacity by 20% and actually enhances creative problem solving. You can't get that in a hotel conference room, no matter how good the coffee is.
That's fascinating. So the wilderness isn't just nice scenery, it's actually rewiring how people think. But I'm curious about the practical side. You've got executives in the Finnish forest. How does the actual AI training happen? Are they coding by a lake or something?
It's structured brilliantly, actually. The first 2 days are foundational: AI lead architecture, EU AI Act governance, risk classification. Then days 3 and 4 are hands-on AI agent development using EtherDev tools. Participants learn prompt engineering and this thing called the Golden Prompt Stack methodology. The key here is that it's not abstract. They're literally building custom AI agents.
So by day 4, they've gone from what is an AI agent to actually building one. That's significant acceleration. And then what? They take a nature break?
Exactly. Days 5 and 6 shift into strategic synthesis, forest walks, lakeside reflection at Kitkajärvi Lake, guided contemplation sessions. But here's the insight. They're integrating everything they've built technically with organizational strategy. They're developing 90-day implementation roadmaps for their actual organizations. It's not just learning, it's creating real deliverables.
I love that. So the nature isn't a distraction from the work. It's actually enabling the synthesis. And then there's this personal AI mentor model that I think really sets this apart. Can you break that down for us?
This is crucial. Every single participant gets a dedicated AI mentor throughout the entire 7 days. These aren't generic executive coaches. They're EtherMind consultants trained in both technical AI implementation and strategy. So when you're wrestling with how to implement a high-risk AI system in your organization while staying compliant with EU regulations, you've got someone right there who understands both the tech and the governance requirements.
That one-on-one mentorship during an immersive experience is a game changer. And I'm guessing location matters here too. Why Finnish Lapland specifically? Why not Switzerland or somewhere else?
Finland's not random. The country consistently ranks at the top for digital innovation, AI readiness, and data governance maturity. This is the nation that gave us Nokia and Linux. They have a deep DNA around trustworthy technology. Kuusamo, where the retreat happens, is surrounded by 4 national parks, pristine lakes, and you get the midnight sun phenomenon in summer, which actually resets your circadian rhythms and boosts mental clarity. You're combining Nordic innovation culture with an environment specifically designed to enhance cognitive function.
So, you're getting the wilderness benefit, plus you're literally in the place where trustworthy AI is part of the cultural fabric. That's smart positioning. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, the EU AI Act. This is a major reason why this retreat exists, right?
Absolutely. The EU AI Act became fully enforceable in August 2024, and it's imposing unprecedented compliance demands on both deployers and providers of high-risk AI systems. You've got risk classification frameworks, governance obligations, documentation requirements. Most executives don't understand these yet, and their organizations are scrambling. So the retreat includes deep dives into provider versus deployer obligations and how to categorize high-risk use cases under Annex 3 of the Act.
So participants aren't just learning abstract AI strategy, they're learning how to actually govern AI in a way that's compliant with real European law. That's immediately applicable. What's the vibe on the last day? How does a 7-day journey like this conclude?
Day 7 is integration and departure. Final mentorship sessions, peer feedback circles. You've spent a week with other executives wrestling with similar challenges, so there's real peer learning happening. Then there's what they call a ceremonial launch of personal AI agent projects. You're not just leaving with notes, you're leaving with an active AI agent you've built and a plan to implement it.
So you walk out of the Finnish forest with actual deliverables and a support system in place. I think what strikes me most about this is the honesty of the approach. Instead of pretending a 2-day conference is going to transform executive thinking, they're saying, this is hard. You need time, space, mentorship, and hands-on practice. And they're putting executives in an environment where that's actually possible.
Exactly. The wilderness doesn't solve problems. That's not the claim. It creates the mental space where solutions become visible. Add a personal AI mentor, cutting-edge tools, and structured learning, and you've got something genuinely transformative. The fact that only 24% of C-suite leaders feel confident about AI governance, this retreat is directly addressing that gap.
For anyone listening who's feeling that gap in their own organization, whether you're a CEO, CTO, or governance officer, this is worth exploring. You can find the full article about the AI Vision Quest Finland, all the details about the MindQuest retreat and how to apply over on etherlink.ai. Sam, final thought. Who should prioritize this kind of experience?
Anyone responsible for AI strategy in an organization with EU operations or high-risk AI systems should seriously consider it. If you're trying to build compliant, trustworthy AI, but you're doing it in traditional boardroom settings, you're working with one hand tied behind your back. This retreat gives you the tools, mentorship, and mental clarity to actually move the needle.
Great insights, Sam. For everyone listening, head to etherlink.ai to read the full piece on the AI Vision Quest Finland. Thanks for joining us on EtherLink AI Insights, and we'll see you next time.